Lately, I've been getting a lot of messages from people who have fallen on hard times, I would say. Hard times with their health, hard times in relationships, especially hard times financially. And there is one thing I'd like you to think about when hard times occur within your life. Unexpected bills, unexpected things in a relationship that you didn't anticipate, unexpected health problems that you didn't anticipate. Hard times. Firstly, I want you to remember this. The universe is always in perfect homeostasis, perfect balance. The only reason you have hard times is because you've had easy times. The only reason you have easy times is because you've had hard times. It's a homeostatic vector. Now, when you look at your life and you think you have only had hard times, your mind, your reticular activation system, is going to continuously find difficult things and hard things and problems constantly because you have set your mind to believe that you have nothing but hardships and nothing but problems in your life. It is a story you are telling yourself, but it's all perception. The things that you deem as hard are easy for someone else, and the things that you deem as easy are hard for someone else. But when difficult times cross your path, which they will, because that's just universal law, that's just how it works, ups and downs, rhythm, you breathe in, you breathe out. When hard times arrive, you need to ask yourself, what is the story I want to be able to tell about my life? Do I want to be able to say that I conquered difficult situations, that I was empowered, that I could tell a story of empowerment? Or do you want to tell the story of a victim and the story of someone who was constantly defeated? When you're on your deathbed and you know the end is near, do you want to look back at the situation you're in and say, it defeated me? Because some people do. Some people do want to say that situations defeated them because they want sympathy and they want to play the victim, and sympathy has many benefits in their mind. Because you will not attach to a story that does not give you benefits, that you don't see giving you more benefits than drawbacks. So if you are in a problematic situation and you're playing the victim of this situation, you're doing it because you want to. You're playing the victim of that situation because you like playing the victim of it. And then you get sympathy, and people possibly feel sympathy is derived from guilt charges. So people feel guilty and then they help you out. But then you feel guilty because you know you don't deserve what they gave you. And then you give it away through altruism. How many times, let's say somebody's fallen upon hard financial times and they ask someone for money. They may have asked you for money and you lend them money and they don't spend the money on what they were supposed to spend it on. And then they need to come ask for money again. How many times has that happened? Because you gave to them out of guilt and sympathy. They know they didn't deserve it, so they spent it on nonsense. And then they have to come ask again. Do you understand? The only way you're going to change your life is if you choose to change it, is if you choose to become accountable for the situation. If you have problematic health issues, you have to ask yourself, what can I do to change this? What can I do to change this? Do I want to live my life and say that this defeated me? Or do I want to be able to say I conquered it? So what's your strategy and plan for your health? Because if you don't have a strategy and a plan for fixing a problem and actually trying to handle it, then I can only assume that you want it to occur because you're not actively trying to do anything to change it. So you subconsciously see more benefits of having bad health than trying to change your health. And this isn't coming from someone who's always been in perfect health. I've been sick for a very long time in my life, and I had to make the conscious decision to change my health. Relationships, if you know you are in a problematic relationship where this person does things to harm you, cross your boundaries, break you down as a person, and you are staying in that relationship, it's because you want to stay in it. There is a part of you that likes that this is happening. There's a part of you that sees more benefits to staying than drawbacks. And until you see the benefits of leaving and how it will be better for your life, you will stay there. So stop complaining about it. This is not a video where I'm going to give you a whole bunch of sympathy for your situation. If that's what you were looking for, it doesn't work. It's not true. Okay? I'm just being honest and real with you. I've had terrible relationships, terrible breakups, where I've lost money, where I've lost fantastic relationships I had through other people. I've had it happen too. So this is not somebody talking on high. All right? Even money. If you got financial problems, which is what most people are running into from the type of messages I get, and it makes sense because I help people earn money. If you got financial problems, I need to one to ask yourself, well, actually, you need to remember this about money. Money always has a purpose. So you have received money because you have helped someone else fulfill their purpose, or you fulfilled your purpose through a business. So if you have a job, you are fulfilling your employer's purpose or the company's owner's purpose, and they will pay you money for that. If you have a business, you're fulfilling your purpose and helping other people fulfill their purpose, and you get paid for that. Now, when you get the money also needs purpose. Otherwise, it will find purpose in the way of unexpected bills. So you need to manage your money. And people say, oh, well, when I get money, I'll manage my money. No. If you manage a little, you get more to manage. Can you save at least 10% of your income? You've put away 10%, you won't notice it. And you will change the way you act. And you will change the habits you have. And change the decisions you make in order to tuck away that 10%. And then every 3 months, increase that. 11%, 12%, 13%, until you get to 50%. Sounds crazy, but your mind will shift because you'll be thinking, well, I need to save 15% in the next couple months. What can I do to earn more money? So that's one strategy. But if you are just hoping and pleading and begging to get more money, that's not a strategy, which means you don't take it seriously. You're not taking changing your life seriously. So reality will not take you seriously, and you will stay in the same situation. I need you to ask yourself something. If you're God, right? If you're God, and let's say God is a man in the sky, even though God is not a man in the sky, but let's say God is a man in the sky, and people are constantly asking God for stuff all the time. Ask, beg, plead, plead. I talked about this in my prayer video. Asking, begging, pleading. It's all the same noise all the time. God, please help me. I need money. God, please help me in my relationship. God, please help me, etc., etc., etc. Who do you think God is going to help? The person who's constantly begging, or the person who says, God, I have a strategy and a plan for the situation I'm in. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it happen. I think God is far more likely to help the person who has the strategy and the plan and is taking things seriously because it's a better investment. Makes more sense to do that. This is why the people who constantly beg have to continually beg. Begging is not prayer. That's begging. And I don't say this to say I don't have any sympathy, because I definitely do. I have just as much guilt as I have altruism. I have just as much pride as I have narcissism, just as much fear as I have fantasy. Because the world's always balanced. But I want you to really ask yourself, if you're in hard times right now and you think you're a victim and you don't want to be accountable, I want you to ask yourself, what is the story I want to be able to tell when this is all said and done? And that's it for today. See you in the next one. Peace.